Contentious debate last night. We continue to break it down for you. Right now, we're joined with Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida. He's joining us live. He is the author of Firebrand, Dispatches for the Front Lines of the MAGA Revolution. Good to see you, sir. Thanks so much for coming on, Congressman. I know you've watched it last night. I believe you're tweeting about it as well. Who came out on top? What are some key moments that stood out to you?
I think when President Trump made Joe Biden the candidate of lockdowns, it was his best part of the debate. The president showed great empathy when talking about the impact of these lockdowns on people's mental health, physical health, substance abuse, and it just seemed that regardless of the tweezing through the substantive issues, there was a stylistic difference that was very apparent. Joe Biden appeared frail, and look, in 2016, a lot of people voted for Donald Trump who didn't particularly like him, but they knew America needed him. And I think the president showed that whether it's up in negotiations against China, whether it's taking on the swamp of Washington, D.C., he's got the right zeal and gusto and approach to move America forward.
Congressman, let's talk about the infrastructure of the debate, if you will. I want to talk about the moderator because Chris Wallace seemed to get frustrated several times last night and may have even jumped in to help Joe Biden a few times. Some would say, we'll show you an example and get your reaction.
You have never in these 4 years come up with a plan, a comprehensive plan to replace Obamacare.
Of course I have.
Well,
I got rid of the individual mandate.
I'm going to give you an opportunity.
I got rid of the individual mandate, which was a big chunk of Obamacare. That is absolutely a big thing. That was the worst part of Obamacare.
Sir,
Chris, that was the worst part of Obama.
Let me ask my question.
Well, I'll ask Joe. The individual mandate was the most unpopular aspect of Obamacare. I got rid of it.
And
we will protect people with
President, I'm the moderator of this
conditions.
debate, and I would like you to let me ask my question, and then you can answer your question.
Congressman, heated exchange, that was just one of them. In your opinion, do you think Chris Wallace was impartial last night?
I think Chris Wallace did everything he could to insert himself in the debate. It just appears that President Trump showed up prepared to both participate in the debate and moderate it. I thought the best questions that were asked were the ones that President Trump directly asked Joe Biden about his son and the corruption that could be a real threat to our country, and also when it comes to specific policy issues where Joe Biden appeared to have no prescription. I will give Chris Wallace this. I think Joe Biden came in third last night and Chris Wallace came in second.
A lot of people would agree with that. Joe Biden, though, specifically asked about Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett and whether he would try to pack the court if she's confirmed. I'll play this for you and we'll get your reaction.
Are you willing to tell the American people tonight whether or not you will support either ending the filibuster or packing the court?
Whatever position I take on that, that'll become the issue. The issue is the American people should speak. You should go out and vote. You're in voting now. Vote and let your senators know how strongly you feel. Vote now.
Are you going to pack the court?
Make sure you, in fact, let people know you're a senator. I'm not going to answer the question.
Why would you answer that
because
question?
The question is, the question is,
Justice,
the
radical
question,
left.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen, who is on your list, Joe? Who's on your list?
Right. Gentlemen, I think.
Okay. It's hard to get through the meat of it, the thick of it, but the bottom line is Joe Biden is seen on tape not answering that question. I want to point out something else. VP candidate Kamala Harris asked about this on CNN with Jake Tapper. She did not answer the question. Even Jake Tapper goes on record and says, you still did not answer my question. Not answering that question, how does that play for Biden and Harris?
Yeah, the vote for me first and find out who I'll appoint later is sort of the Biden version of Pelosi saying that we need to vote first on Obamacare and then later find out what's in it. And imagine that, Joe Biden having to confess that, yes, if he takes a position that in fact will be the issue. Biden wants to have it both ways. He wants to be able to please his radical woke-topian base while at the same time preserving this veil of acceptability to people in the middle of the political spectrum. This is going to be a base election. I think there's a very small persuadable electorate in 2020, probably the smallest persuadable electorate in modern presidential history. And so this is going to be about who can energize and turn their people out. President Trump, I think, benefits from having such a phenomenal nominee in Amy Coney Barrett. That will excite people. It is exciting people. Joe Biden not giving himself the opportunity to really frame out his philosophy on the court by identifying who might be some prospective candidates.
Another topic last night, President Trump taking on mail-in ballots last night as well. Watch this.
There's fraud. They found them in creeks. They found some with the name Trump, just happened to have the name Trump just the other day in a waste paper basket. They're being sent all over the place. They sent 2 in a Democrat area. They sent out 1,000 ballots. Everybody got 2 ballots. This is going to be a fraud like you've never seen.
Fact check, he is not wrong, and there are several other examples of this that we've covered here on Newsmax. And I want to point out something specific because Senator Rick Scott from your home state of Florida, sir, just introduced a bill requiring all mail-in ballots be counted within 24 hours of Election Day. The question is, can he get that through? And in your opinion, would that make a difference?
I think Senator Scott's legislation sets a standard for states to follow. I don't know that Nancy Pelosi is going to agree with it because most folks accept the proposition that Donald Trump is probably going to win the Election Day vote. That's what Republicans think. That's what Democrats think. And so Democrats are trying to create a period of time after the election where there's uncertainty, where there's still counting. And the longer that period of time lasts, the greater the window of opportunity for them to deploy their street thugs and activate the Transition Integrity Project, whatever that is, and try to really have the color revolution that would transition power in the absence of a mandate from the voters who show up on Election Day, who we all expect will select President Trump. Well, not all of them, of course, but we think the president will win the Election Day vote in the Electoral College.
Well, I hope you come back. There's a couple more debates with them. There's a VP debate coming up next. That is Congressman Matt Gaetz joining us live. Good to see you, Congressman. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Newsmax TV is now America's fastest growing cable news channel. We give you the real news you need. So subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. If you like this video, share it with your friends. Newsmax TV streams live on YouTube for free. Newsmax TV, real news for real people.